That's the perfect way to go,
On that, because see, that's the thing.
Yes.
Commissioners Court of Brazos County will meet in regular session on February the 10th, 2026 at 10 a.m. Commissioners Courtroom, the County Administration Building, 200 South Texas Avenue, Suite 106. First item on the agenda is identification pledge of allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flag. Commissioner Conlon will lead those.
Lord, thank you for this day, for the many blessings of our life, for the Eucharist, for the cross, for the promise of salvation. Lord, I ask you to please watch over our first responders, all police, fire, military, our EMS. I ask you to bless the citizens of Brazos County, of America, of the world. Help us to see you in each other, for the wisdom to see through any of those that might seek to divide us, and to glorify you with our lives each day. Amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Commissioner. Second item on the agenda is call for citizens' input and or concerns, and we have a few. Charles Mancuso.
How many minutes do we get? 3 minutes?
Four.
Four, I believe.
There's a clock.
Oh, I got to start? I didn't even know it started. Charles Mancuso, okay. Hello, Judge and everybody else. I got a few things I'm concerned about. Y'all want a meeting every other week or 2 of them a month? The county's growing so fast, we need a meeting every week. Okay, we have citizens that want to speak every week, but instead they've got to speak every other week or so. We don't get double the minutes because it's twice a month. We get the same amount of minutes. Brazos County is not the county dump. A lot of people think it's a dump. They throw garbage on the street, in the street, people's pastures. I get plastic. My cows try to eat it. It's a mess. I'm always cleaning up. Another thing, dress code. Why not short pants? It's pretty hot here. You know, we don't have any spectacular legs to look at or any extravagant outfits to wear. The other thing I've got is I've got an illegal fill line. My neighbor's sewer water is going on my property. I contacted the health department back in April of 2025. Been working with them. Take a lot of photos every week and send to them. They work and work. Supposedly it's fixed. It's not. Took photos yesterday. There's still water coming on my sewer water coming on my property. My stock tank is almost dry. My cows and donkeys are drinking that water, stepping in that water. That's food we're eating. That shouldn't be that way here in our country. Okay, I've contacted the health department. They're working on it. Like I said, since April of 2025, so it's almost a year. It's totally ridiculous that it's taken so long, that this has occurred so long. They should have turned the water off and said, no more wastewater going that way. Supposedly they got a new system put in, but they've still got a problem with it. You know, my neighbor thinks it's a joke. He thinks, hey, it ain't no big deal. It's just going out in his pasture. Well, it's not. I dug the old fill lines up and it's staying there stagnant. The other thing I'm concerned about is shooting firearms and burning. My neighbors have 2 acres of land, and sometimes it sounds like there's an actual war going on. I mean, what's going on, I don't know, but it's very annoying and it's very dangerous and whatever else. Fireworks, you never know when they're going to pop fireworks. Not just a holiday, but just on occasion they're going to start popping fireworks. Burning, they're burning this morning. What are they burning? They got 2 acres of land. You know, most of it's just clear grass. What are they burning? They're getting stuff from the city, bringing it to the county and burning it. That's not good. The other thing is, I know there are no restrictions in the county. Across my fence line, there's that big, huge building on FM 2223 that's probably 40,000 square feet. I realize they've got a right to buy the property and to do what they want to do, but That's been farmland for probably almost 200 years. So our little farmland's gone. So what am I gonna do with my farmland? You know, it can't remain like it is. I couldn't put a neighborhood there. Who'd wanna have a neighborhood with, companies manufacturing rubber and plastic products? It's a huge place. It's a big money maker, but it's detrimental to our life out in the county. We need some help. Give us some rules, give us some regulations before people are allowed to go out and buy stuff like that and build stuff like that. We need some rules we need to know. Could happen to any of y'all, but not any of y'all, but a lot of y'all it could happen to. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kathy Veens?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Kathy Vians, Precinct 4. I would first like to address the fact that the voter identification cards have not been mailed out. The VUID cards have been cited as the means by which our county election administrator office verifies residency of the voters in the county, and the use of those cards in the maintenance of the voter list is critical. Additionally, it's an important tool for voters to identify the candidates who are running for office in March that will be on their ballot. This court is the body responsible for county elections. I've seen no evidence here in court or in any workshop to address this, yet early elections begin in 1 week. This court needs to make this its highest priority if elections are as important to you as it is to the citizens. As I understand it, during the last court meeting in January, Katie Connors was rehired to speak on behalf of the judge, which brings to mind this question. Has Judge Peters' health not improved enough to return to full duty? In my opinion, the hiring of a spokesperson is a poor decision, and it's an admission that Judge Peters should not have returned so quickly. Appointing Ms. Connors to be the face of the county makes no sense. Mr. Cassell was acting capably and efficiently as the acting judge and represented the county well. So why are we now paying for 2 additional staff to append the judge's duties when the system was already working well? Please make this make sense. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Peter Michelina?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you all for having me. I just had some quick questions, nothing too disruptive here. I'm mostly curious about the credit card policy. I know Commissioner Nettles brought up a good point last time regarding the SOPs and looking to form on those. I think that's a great idea. I see that today we have an agenda item, again, issuing out another credit card without a policy in place on how we're going to be handling this. One of the concerns that I have is that there is no elected official that is overseeing the line items on what's been happening on the credit card usage. And I'm also curious as to how much time is spent by government employees here reviewing the credit cards, how much time that takes out of their other tasks during the week, having to go through this line by line. So I'm curious to see if there's any progress being made on that, if there's an SOP that's being developed, or any sort of action that the court is going to be taking. One of the other questions I had was mostly regarding some of the issues that have come up recently regarding the health department. I'm curious to see I know that from my understanding, the health department is receiving money from the City of College Station, City of Bryan, and the county as well. And I'm curious to see if any assessments have been made in terms of what each city is providing, whether that can be increased, and then the current state of the health department. If we're providing funding for them coming up in this summer budget, I think it'd be nice to have a workshop or maybe some sort of communication from them regarding their needs, what they're looking for this year, and made available to the public so we can also be informed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Cindy Wiley?
You started my time. Set it back? Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you. Good morning, Cindy Wiley, Precinct 1. None of us are immune from temptations or without regrets. Yeah, I may have gotten a process or 2 or a date wrong, but I have never stood before this dais with the intent to deceive. Judge, for the last 2.5 years, I have asked for you to take the information myself and others, including Dr. Dougherty, have provided and investigate our voter rolls in the insecurity of these electronic voting systems that we are forced to surrender our precious vote into. I made you aware, and I still have 14 primary voted ballots from 2024 with no precinct or random number printed on them from our ballot marking devices. Did they get counted or somehow inserted? To date, no explanation has been forthcoming. At a forum last week, a Democrat candidate announced on the mic that she voted in the Republican primary against a Republican candidate she did not like. And wonder how we get rhinos. Get out the vote and neutralize this process, Republicans. We have issues with our voter rolls that I have repeatedly spoken to this dais about. Deceased, duplicate name registrants, and residency concerns existing to this day with active status. I said our voter rolls are dirty, and the news media broadcasted my words. Not one elected rep has asked for proof. Not one of you have asked for proof. The response, a 30-minute presentation right here with no opportunity to engage. That is not citizen engagement. The Secretary of State in late 2025 prepared a report showing Brazos had 21 ineligible registered voters. When I spoke to this dais regarding our EA has only removed one ineligible voter, her response was that just proves the system works. I don't think you can say that anymore. Now, I can disgustingly report that in the vote history of November 2024 election, I have approximately 200 voters that do not exist in voter rolls or the GOP data center, but yet somehow they appear as receiving ballots and/or voting in person. This data has independently been vetted by 2 computer experts, and they match. Whether these anomalies have been addressed, not that I know of, does not justify ignoring my concerns brought before this dais. Not voting is the worst possible thing you could do. We just need to get rid of these machines. I'm sick of the brush off and the lack of accountability from this dais regarding these electronic voting systems. Apathy is real. The people know how these machines are insecure. I'm not hateful towards you, and I am mad. I wish you no harm, but your duty is to be transparent and frugal, not to ignore a citizen's justified concern. It already feels like the transparency is evaporating. Election fraud is real. Ignoring my concerns is real. I will not stop speaking to those who are supposed to represent me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Fred Medina.
Fred Medina, Precinct 4. Within the last month, we have had our Constitution just completely obliterated as we had jackbooted thugs with masks under the guise of law enforcement come in here and harass our citizens without warrants, and the silence from this body and from every elected official in the Brazos Valley was sickening to me. I raised my hand to that Constitution to fight off enemies, foreign and domestic, and here we have domestic enemies right now with the acquiescence of our government, with our federal government. It's time for y'all to speak up. Y'all saw what happened here. That's not law enforcement. It's a disgrace to have that happen here. It's a slap in the face to individuals like Constable Lampo, our good sheriff, Wayne Dickey, to have to sit here and watch that and not be basically where are they, their hands are tied. What if they come in and protect me, our community? That's sickening. And I used to talk like this, rant and rave at the courthouse when I first moved back from San Antonio, back to my hometown. I'm born and raised here. I'm a West Side Bryan boy. And I used to rant and rave about what was going to be happening to our country. Here we are. This is the most unsatisfying I told you so in the history of I told you so's. And now we have individuals that come here every week asking about our voters, our voter registrations, our voter rolls. Well, our voter rolls were just turned over by our wonderful governor, Greg Abbott, to Donald Trump and his Department of Justice. Gee, I wonder what for. What's the next stage? Let me explain it to you. The next stage is to have those same jackbooted thugs, either ICE or something else, under the guise of national security, to come in and be at every polling booth. Fred, that's not going to happen. Fred's been right so far. That's what's going to happen next. And your duty is to this community. Law enforcement's duty is to this community. When that happens, what will you be doing? Will you speak out against that? Or once again, will your silence be deafening? You can't sit on the sidelines anymore. Nobody can. Nevada, percentage of fraudulent votes, 0.000094. Michigan, 0.000294. Wisconsin, 0.0001522. Pennsylvania, 0.000388. Georgia, 0.0000355. Arizona, 0.000845. North Carolina, 0.000710. It's not a problem. It only became a problem when you know who had to be protected and coddled. Voter integrity is not an issue. The machines are fine. Everything's working the way it should be working. Is it a solution to a problem that doesn't exist? And oh, by the way, before you wonder what liberal think tank I got this from, this is from the Heritage Foundation's numbers. And they're not from the last election. For Nevada, they were 13 years. Michigan, 17 years. Wisconsin, 20. Pennsylvania, 30. Georgia, 27. Arizona, 25. North Carolina, 38. When we talk about voter integrity, that's what we need to do. That's where we need to focus now. Not on, if issues are arising about dead people voting, absolutely. Let's square those away. But the bottom line is this: it's time to get off the sidelines. Things are getting real. And I want to know where each and every one of you will be when that happens.
Okay, thank you. That's the final to speak in citizen input, so we'll consider and take action on agenda items 3 through 18. Number 3 is consider and take action on approval of submit a grant application for K9s for cops, the police service dog K9 grant for Brazos County Detention Center.
Move for approval.
Second?
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 4 is approval requested from Judge David Hilburn, 361st District Court, to issue a U.S. Bank credit card to Helen Carroll with the credit limit of $5,000 for conference travel and other department-related expenses.
Move for approval.
Second?
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, was that number 4? Okay, Peter Mitchell, sorry.
Thank you, Judge. Just going to reiterate the same point. Again, just wanting some answers to some questions regarding how much time is taken by the employees reviewing the line item statements from each one of these credit cards. I think we've issued probably over 10 in the last 4 to 6 months. So wondering how much time it takes for our employees to review these items, seeing what the expenditures have been like, are these being used properly? And again, there could be other alternatives such as travel receipts, and then why we are continuing to issue these without a policy set in place from the Commissioner's Court on how they should be used and the approval process for them. Thank you.
Charles, you want to speak on it?
Judge Court, if I may, I'll only speak to the policy part. We do have a credit card policy in effect. Everyone saw that when it was on the agenda a few months ago.
It's part of your purchasing policy that this court approved.
Correct. And that is, the statutorily, everyone who has issued a credit card is a purchasing assistant. And so that is why it is contained in that. As far as the purchases that are made via credit card, a purchase order is required ahead of time. For other costs that are incurred after the fact, the auditor is more than happy to, well, I'll speak for her. She can better address those particular items.
Hi, Marcy Turner, County Auditor. I don't have a calculation of how much time, but it doesn't take any longer to process a credit card transaction as it does an invoice.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Judge, when I started pushing this credit card thing back when we were still using Diners Club cards, my issue with it at that time, besides the fact that it was Diners Club, whoever heard of Diners Club since the 70s, was the fact that I didn't know who the points were going to. I mean, you get a credit card and you get points. Well, somebody's getting points, or somebody's getting cash back, but I never got an answer. So we changed over to this new credit card that's not a Diners Club, and we're supposedly getting back money to the county. Well, here it's been, what, better than a quarter, and we haven't. I'd like to know how much we're actually getting back, because Charles, can you answer that for us?
Certainly. The percentage that we get back on those purchases was whenever we initiated that, we made a presentation to court. I don't have that number in front of me today, but we will collect that information and have it on a future agenda for acknowledgement, or however you want to see that. There will be no action required on that, but we're certainly happy to provide that. And before that, on the Diners Club, there were no points or anything associated with that. As you accurately mentioned, it was an antiquated system that we had just rolled on for years and years. It worked. It is one of the things that we made a change to, thanks in part to your prompting. And so we will certainly present the amount of the rebates that the county will get at a future agenda.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, no further discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? None motion carries. Number 5 is approval requested to increase Brazos County's general liability coverage through Texas Association of Counties. This increase is due to specific stipulations of the City of Bryan special use license application requirements, specifically linked to the court annex project. The change in coverage will increase the county insurance premium by $3,996.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion.
Judge, this really gets in my craw. I mean, I know there's nothing we can do about it. We've got to approve it. But here we're doing things that are going to improve the looks of the city of Bryan, and it's going to cost us an extra $4,000 insurance to do it. So anyway, just wanted to make that comment.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 6 is approval of CIP 25-563 construction manager at risk for 101 North Texas Avenue Courthouse Annex Building with Spall Glass construction to commence incurring personal expenses prior to GMP approval effective February 16, 2026.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion.
Judge, I've got a big problem with this. I want y'all to put yourselves in this position. You've hired a company to come in and put brand new cabinets in your kitchen. And it's gonna be 2 weeks before they actually come in and install the cabinets. Yet, they contact you and they said, we want you to go ahead and pay some of our expenses right now before we start. To me, this is what this looks like. So I can't support it. I think it's ridiculous. And I was attacked by Trevor and by Charles on the way down here. And I know you're gonna come up here and talk about it, but I'm still against it because I just think it's wrong. So anyway.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. So just to kind of set the stage for the analogy, I just want to make sure that we're kind of talking apples to apples. So
We're talking cabinets to cabinets.
Sure, cabinets to cabinets. There you go. So back in the summer, when we had multiple court sessions and tabling and workshop on the discussions of adding the 4th floor to the courthouse annex building, I made sure at every opportunity to let the court know that the delay in that decision was potentially going to have a cost impact. We weren't sure what that was going to be at the time, but now that we've gotten all the way through, almost completely through with the design, we've seen what that's going to be. And so essentially what has taken place is Spall Glass had allocated project personnel to our project to begin in March. that project personnel, the way that they schedule and everything else, they can't put those guys on another project. They've got a huge portfolio and they're dedicated to us. With the delay that we faced in the fourth floor decision, we're now not going to start that project until the first week in April. And so all that this is allowing them to do is to begin working and billing to the county for the costs that we're incurring for the delayed decision on the fourth floor. So it's not like they're all just going to be sitting twiddling their thumbs. We're going to work on site logistics and getting everything set up so that the site can be prepped and ready to go as soon as they mobilize once we get the GMP. But the GMP is slated to be on court March 24th, and then they would start the very next week.
Does this increase the budget for the entire
No,
project?
no, this doesn't change the budget at all. It just allows them to start billing at the original date that we had all agreed to with the design schedule and the pre-construction schedule that we set forth in both the contract for the architect and the construction manager at risk. Thanks.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
One opposed. Motion carries. Number 7 is approval of deductive change order CIP 25-583 Brazos County Bridge Scour Repair, Alexander Road, with solid bridge construction for $20,000, decreasing total contract amount to $394,050.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 8 is approval of contract 26-053 various aggregates, coal mix, and other road materials for road bridge. Recommended award to the following.
Move for approval A through F.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 9 is approval of no award bid 26-059 heavy equipment rental and permission to re-advertise due to limited response.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 10 is request approval of final plat of 711 Ranch Phase 2, lots 80RA and 80RB, being a replat of lot 80 at Milliken League, A39, Brazos County, Texas, site located in precinct 1.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? None motion carries. Number 11 is a request for approval of the final plat, Southern Point, Section 500, 11.252 acres, Starrett D. Smith League Survey A-210, City of College Station, ETJ, Brazos County, Texas. Sites located in precinct 1.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 12 is consider and take action on Brazos Wi-Fi utility permit to construct 5 road bores under Fisher Ranch Road located in Fisher Ranch subdivision, sites located in precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 13 is consider and take action on the Brazos Wi-Fi utility permit to construct road bores under the following county roads located in High Country subdivision, sites located in precinct 2.
Move for approval A through D.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 14 is budget amendments, FY 25-26 budget amendments 10.01 through 10.05.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Let's skip number 15 and we'll discuss something in executive session and come back out and deal with it. Number 16 is payment of claims.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. We're going to skip down to number 19, which is acknowledgement of the 2025 annual report for Amber Alert Network, Brazos Valley. Number 20 is acknowledgement of the FY 2025 racial profiling report for Brazos County Constable Precinct 2. Number 21 is acknowledgment of the FY 2025 racial profiling report for Brazos County Constable Precinct 4. Number 22 is acknowledgment of the FY 2025-26 budget tax by fund as of February the 2nd, 2026, and an acknowledgment of the FY 2025 and 2026 contingency budgets to actuals by fund as of February the 2nd, 2026. And number 23 is announcement of interest items and possible future agenda topics.
Judge, I wanted to congratulate Wendy Whedon, our CEO of the Brazos Transit District, for her 4 Chaplains Award last week and her work there. I also wanted to offer prayers for the happy repose of Walt Milnick. He was the Assistant Chief of Bryan Police Department. May God hold him close and give him peace and comfort to Melissa, Katie, and Colton, all his family and friends, especially in the BPD and the law enforcement community.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner. Anybody else?
Just want to acknowledge that our illustrious DA, Jarvis Person, had a one-day, sort of a extremely mini DA's workshop at the North Bryan Community Center. It was extremely well done and it was extremely well attended, and I just want to thank him for doing that. I think that's great for community outreach because it's so important that the citizens of Brazos County know what our different departments for the county do for them, and he did a phenomenal job. I've done the extended version, the 9-week one, but this mini version was a great mini taste of it. And again, I will tout that for him. I encourage as citizens to talk about citizens engagement. If you get an opportunity to do, whether it's the DA's Workshop Academy or the Sheriff's Academy, I want to encourage everyone, please take time if you can and participate in those kind of events because you need to understand how it operates. You know, we watch too much TV or we have perceived idea of what law enforcement does. You know, it's not that, he explained, it's not that complicated, how long it takes to get DNA back. You know, it's not like it is on TV. And so, again, community engagement, participate in these opportunities. Thank you.
Okay.
Judge,
And so,
there's a young man that recently just got his Eagle Scout award. His dad's an Eagle Scout, proud dad. The boy's name is Henry Nettles. I just wanted to shout out to Henry. Congratulations on getting Eagle Scout and his proud Eagle Scout dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Judge, I have one thing I'd like to mention. So next week, the VG Young Institute of the Ag Extension Service is going to bringing in a bunch of county judges and county commissioners here to Brazos County for their continuing education. And that's due in part to Judge Peters' effort to bring them here. They'll be spending lots of money in the local economy and also have hotel rooms. So it's a great opportunity to showcase our county to the rest of the state.
And on behalf of Catalina Hatters, we are very grateful, Judge, for you bringing them in.
yeah, we get a lot of attaboys for that because people, they
Absolutely.
really enjoy. I would, not saying I was surprised, but I hear them talk about how this is one of the conferences they always enjoy coming to. Right. So again, thank you.
Okay. All right. We will move back up to number 17 and convene an executive session pursuant to the following. A is Texas Government Code 551.071 to consult with an attorney about pending and contemplated litigation and or settlement offer. And with that one, I need Aubrey, Ed, Trevor, Amy Emerson, and Jack Byron, and Katie Connor, of course, the court, and Aubrey. I think I said Aubrey first. Okay, so the court. And then B will be Texas Government Code 551.074 to discuss the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of county personnel. And we'll need the court, and then Aubrey, Ed, Jennifer, and Rihanna, and Katie. Then C is Texas Government Code 551.074 to discuss the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, and or dismissal of veteran service officer. And we'll need the court, Aubrey, Ed, Jennifer, Rihanna, Pam, and Katie. And then D is the Texas Government Code 551.072 to deliberate the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. And that will be the court, Aubrey, Ed, Trevor, and Katie. And the time is 10:35. Okay, we come in out of executive session. It's 11:42, and we'll move back up to number 15, personnel change of status.
I'm gonna move to table the assistant general counsel position that's in that packet, Judge.
Okay,
And I second it.
okay.
And my reason is that position's been vacant for 6 months. And I think it draws a question, do we really need that at this time? A lot of other needs are being demanded out of the jail, sheriff. I got Jeff Reeves asking for a deputy constable, where we need to have folks dealing directly with the services provided to our constituents and the residents of this county, instead of adding. Last time we met, we added an administrative position to the judge's office. Now we're hiring an additional person who's been vacant. So I can't support it at this time.
Okay. So I've got a motion and a second to remove that position from the personnel action, but to approve everything else, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
But I'm not sure.
Oh,
about-
because it's.
So are we moving to table the assistant general counsel position? So a vote aye would mean we would table it,
Yes.
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, that's,
Let's redo that, because I
So-
think it
I-
was, yeah, there's some
all right,
confusion
so,
there.
Because I thought you just voted to table it, Judge, and I'm not sure you agreed with
But you're
that.
not, so are we just tabling that one part? Is that what you're saying?
May I?
Okay.
We are approving everything on the personnel change of status except for that one item would be tabled.
I'm voting no on the, see, that's what I'm saying. I want to vote no on the tabling, but yes on everything else.
and I think,
And I want to vote to table and vote yes on everything else.
We have a
Maybe we
motion and a
just-
second to
so I guess
table.
maybe we need to table first and vote on that, and then come back and vote on the remainder.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so then you made the motion to table that position,
I did.
and
I
you
second it.
seconded.
Yes, sir.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
So there's
No.
three to two. I voted to not table, y'all voted to table.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna go
So is
back
it
and,
3-2, it is not
with the-
tabled.
No, just the tabling,
I had 3 to table,
right?
Two.
3 to table.
so the
And now
tabling
second
passed,
vote is everything else.
and now,
But if
And
we
now we
table
need
it, that
a-
means we're not filling that position, correct?
So, yes, that one position.
Okay.
And now there would be remaining a vote for all of the other positions.
yes, the table passed, and I just need a vote on the main motion to approve the remainder of the personnel.
Motion to approve the items other than the tabled item.
Second.
Okay, motion made second to approve everything else. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. All right, there's no other action to be taken out of the executive session. And the next item is to adjourn. Thank you.